You. I have to, of course, first check if YouTube actually connected. Seems like it did. Good. Okay. Oh, ping. I have not pushed my changes from yesterday. Seems like. Okay, so I'll be preparing all the AST parsing stuff today, and we'll see how far I can go with that. I think I will stream for 1 hour so I can actually go sleep. And I think tomorrow I'll try to actually do a stream in the day instead of in the night. And it'll be better. I'm not even sure if splitting those two files is necessary. Maybe I just make this AI script. So maybe I will merge those later. As of right now, I'll have them separate. Okay, so now Lexers I've done before because those are basically tokenizers. I had a tokenizer that was a bit different where each function was its own type, and this tokenizer, Lexer or whatever, is generic wherein like it decides what the type is depending on the content of on the text. So that's like what traditionally happens. And then for the triggers and for funnily enough also triggers in CMBW, that is not the case. That is not generic and dependent on type. It's I guess the AI script also does it, and it basically is. I'll show this. This is parser. I don't know where I moved it. Oh, I have a separate one. So yeah, this one is by time, right? Each function is its own thing. It's not dynamic at all. I also had this weird token thing, which was like a struct. So this is actually slower and more memory expensive and less robust. And this is working on strings, which are they are just better. But the reason they're better is because they are, instead of null terminated, they are size aware, and that's way better for way more flexible and powerful. Uh, Allows you to make simple modifications of like length and trimming and whatever without having to allocate new memory or whatever. It's really convenient, and like we learned yesterday, or like I guess explained yesterday because I already knew this. Uh, the size terminated strings have this problem where normally you can pick what the next thing is, like the next character, and in the string-based string that's not possible because I mean count size-based string that's not possible because you may accidentally read some garbage data, and in the case of the null terminated string, you would just read the 0 and no to abort, and here you don't know to abort. So basically, each time we want to pick something that isn't the current character, we have to check the index against the size of the string. So this is like this utility func that I made, and this is a bit less convenient syntax wise, but that's about it. And yeah, what's up, Lucy? I'm talking a lot of like programmer stuff because I think it helps me to think of the what I'm supposed to be doing, and also probably useful for logging. But I am aware that for most people those things are not that interesting. But yeah, I'll be parsing the AI script, which I should bring up. Oh, I don't know where I have it. AI text txt. Yeah, this is it. But what I should first test actually. Okay, so now what I will do instead is AI parser. Maybe a parser test instead. I guess I can probably just have this as a helper file. Might be useful for messages anyways. It should probably be called log. Because I'm actually logging this onto the logging system. Okay, so now what we need to do is parse statements and expressions. And what statements are, they are just I'm not sure if I should use this. Same is not the line. It's funny because all the material that I found for like parsing the AST, they always used in the examples STMT instead of statement, but It didn't have to be like that. And our expression is basically also a statement. Okay, so now I don't think there can be a statement of type none. But maybe I just have an invalid one if the need arises. Count. So this is the header. This is the root statement. I guess I don't need that because that's already here, this AI script. So maybe I don't have that. Trying to make a macro that will check the type of a statement. And if it is correctly then we cast it, otherwise we return 0. I don't know if this is what I should do, but maybe what I do is assert false, comma, 0. Or maybe 0 is just fine. I don't know. I don't know if this is useful actually, so I will just abort that. And now what I need to do. So statement has a type. And an expression is also a statement. So that's why I store the data of statement at the beginning. And now I guess this is an expression. Jesus Christ. So complicated. Statement type, we'll have maybe. Should really just start with something small. Product, program, I don't know. Wish I remember what I actually need to do here. So what I hope to parse today, I guess, is oh my god, I don't even know. What I would want to do is parse this and have it say, well, that's like a basic example of how expressions would work, right? So that would be useful to have, and but the problem is I would have to write the runtime for that, so I don't even know if I can do that in one day, and then there's something I remember that the guy did. No, that's fine. I guess what I will do for now is also have value. Okay, so this should be enough. So stupid. I don't know if I should load the type system with this. I think I will actually use STMT because this is pretty unwieldy to type. I don't know, this is all unwieldy. Yeah, I don't think I want this to be polluting the... Yeah, what's up, Devin? I'm trying to parse an abstract syntax tree for this AI script system I've made. I've, like, I planned, and I mean, most of this is not final because I haven't yet even decided if I want classic function calls or not, but it seems like they're what I would probably want. Anyways, I have Lexer already for uh tokenizing all the stuff. So yesterday I was able to, I deleted my example code, but I was able to parse this to logical tokens or like identifiers, numbers, whatever, uh, le- less than operator, and operator, uh, parens, whatever, right? Semicolon. And now I'm trying to transfer that into a basic. So basically what I'm trying to parse today is hopefully this and the correct order of precedence. And maybe if it's easy, I will also try to run it to evaluate to 12, by the way. And we'll see if that works. Oh, I guess if I run the game now, it should show the identifiers for this. Yeah, so it says integer 3 plus 3 times 3 times bracket 3 minus 2 bracket. Okay. And I think I don't want to because the example code that I found. Yeah, this is recursive descent. I don't really know any other way, to be honest. I mean I had this parser. I don't know. I guess maybe it's not actually recursive descent because this parser for triggers. This parser for triggers is each token is sort of its own thing, and also like each type is its own function call. The way I did it, and each token is also, instead of being a string, like a size-based string, this is actually just like a buffer. So it's pretty bad. This is because I made this parser without thinking about like arenas and whatever. I guess even arenas are really required for this to work. I didn't really. This is basically this original parser was based more on what I did for Brood War CMBW for trigger parser trigger comments, and I sort of inherited a lot of decisions from that. And this new parser is more like an actual parser that people will write for languages. So. But I think what I will do for the statements and expressions is I will just union this. And I guess I will union this interesting way where I will have statement and expression as its own thing. And then I guess this would be its own unions like this. Then this would be like an expression. Expression binary up, and this would be left statement left, statement right. Is there an advantage of using that instead of size? Like, because you probably don't have them as pointers, but just as right. Well, I made those strings. Um, I think this is. Oh, I still have this allocator proc thing. Pretty sure I removed it. Maybe not. Anyways, this is just a struct of S64 size and char star data. This is very similar to what JAI does. I guess. I mean the representation at least. I don't know if the rest is that similar. Is now while the lecture. Do I need an arena for this? Yeah, I will need it for allocating statements. Okay. But do I? Guess I can pass it like this. Okay. Now I would read statement. Oh, so this needs to be pointer. Yeah, because I will need to allocate them. Okay. And now the script, I would do list on script statements, comma this. Oh yeah. So statement needs to have a link of statement, and it will be called link. Okay. Okay. Um. Yeah, I'm very sluggish with this. I haven't really written a parser, AST parser yet, so just have to stop and think for a moment. Can I rename this to something better? Let's call this Lex token. Here's what I can do here. As well as have a value. For now, let's just support S64. And since those are all under expression struct, I will just, I guess it can be. It's a union, and I guess it can be the shortcut here. We. It's probably will need to not be a union eventually because memory usage would be high. Another problem is I don't exactly remember what I read here in the statement. For now, so I'll just read an expression. Okay. And read expression would have statement left of read Okay, so read primary is something I know because this would be just lex token equals lexer each token lexer. And now depending on the token type. For now we would just support integers. Parsing primary parsing of this token is unsupported. I guess I would do log Alex token. And an integer would just be STMT result equals this. Maybe I do want this funk. For statement stmd pointer. And now what I would want is stmd type results type equals type. Okay. So now I would do an stmt equals 0, or I guess I will rename this result because stmt is stupid and statement is long. And this would be push stmt push statement, and I would grab the arena and I would grab the type of expression value. I think here I would pick token. This is stupid. Because I will want to pick a token first. Right? And now while I don't even know. Okay, so from what I remember, this is how you parse stuff. But first, stupid thing is that I need to eat it. This is bad because we eat once. I guess what I need is maybe what I call this is this would be next token instead of it token, right? And this would be it token because I actually give it a token. Okay. Really what I need is I need to store this token and have like peaked or something. This is dumb. But I don't think I can optimize this Stanley otherwise. This is if I want to chain accept tokens, right? I need to be able to. This is one thing, and then peaking would be. So this way, what I will do is I will just set this to peaked as false, and now here when I return, I would have lecture current as the result, and if we have peaked already, then we just return lecture current. Yeah, it's kind of dumb, but basically I'm caching the current one, so I don't have to manually cache it every time I do anything more than just one token call. Okay, I think this makes it better. Okay. Oh, what the fuck? I'm doing something stupid. So what I would do is OP would be here. And then what I would do here is I would have a bunch of Lexer accept token, Lexer arena. No. Lex token type add OP, right? And then I would OR a bunch of times. I guess I'll format like this. I think that does it, honestly. And then what I need to do is have additive expression, and then this would be read multiplicative expression. And this would be multiply. Multiply, divide, and modulo. Okay. I guess I will read the expression because whatever it is, that name is convenient for future. And then here I would read the expression. And now what I could do is, in case of Lex token type foreign, we can result as read statement. Lexer arena. And then we would expect a token Lexer Lex token type most foreign. And then there would be missing close missing matching close foreign, I guess. Parenthesis maybe. Okay. So this would be for this would be read expression. Is something I have to redefine here. Okay. And then instead of read primary, I would read multiplicative thing here. I think this is how this is done. And I guess that could be it. Let's have a print statement. Static void print statement stmp stmp, and now switching on stmt type. It just works. This is amazing, honestly. And then stmt type. You mean for just testing? What I want to do is print because otherwise I would lose my mind probably. And I guess another thing I want here is depth. Okay, so for volume, log info, the value, which is statement. Expression value. Oh god. Yeah, so what I do instead is this. For now we'll just call this integer value instead. Okay, and then for depth, I depth plus e, and we will log. Fuck, man. I need like a write console thing. Oh, never mind. I can just use printf. And lecture print. Just a double space here. Yeah, this union thing is something I'll definitely need to refactor later because this will take a lot of extra memory that I don't want to take. Okay, so this seems to work, but the values are all 0. And I think that would be correct because I have not actually assigned anything here. Result, statement, expression, integer value equals token. This would be token value dot integer. Okay. Yeah, I think it seems to work. I mean, maybe I should open this website. I think it's AST walk. No, definitely not that. Abstract syntax tree test. Simulator. There was some website that Explorer is the name. And what I will check now, this is JavaScript actually, but it doesn't matter. I'll check what happens for this one. Okay, so this seems like the plus is the topmost, which seems to be exactly the same here. And then yeah, this seems to work exactly as it should. So now let's try to evaluate expression to make this a thing. So what I will do is a union called value. Runtime value maybe. AI value, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. Actually, no, this is not gonna be it. I'm not doing that. Because this will actually be a bit more involved. So runtime value. And we'll have a type. Runtime value type. Integer decimal and guess invalid will be 1. So some things will not have a value. And that will have a count. Okay. Yeah, so string is probably something we'll need eventually. As of right now, I have not planned any strings because all of those I have like variables that are identifiers and like unit names, which are unit IDs, which would be identifiers. Uh, this AI language, that my goal with it is for it to be pretty fast. So, and strings are pretty slow usually. So if there isn't a need, like if I needed strings for like, let's say maybe I probably will need this, right? Like debug print. Uh, this should never happen, right? Something like this. This would probably be useful, right? But I think I have not really done the spec fully. I have some things here, like for the Lex token, for example, and for the parser also. I have some things here, but most of them are not yet determined, basically. Because I don't even know what the syntax of the language will entirely be. I just know that I want like an async loop, if ones, those are big, want some requests and whatever. But yeah, there's probably a good case for having strings as something. I don't. I have not initially planned for this language to support variables, like user variables, because you would have those like globals basically that you can read, that are useful for actually interacting with the game, would be exposed by the engine. But I mean, I want this language to be powerful, but not too powerful, because if it's too powerful, then we might be tempted to do something in it that is slow, and I'm just not sure if that's a good idea. So yeah, the Lexer doesn't have strings yet either. And I also don't know about concatenation, because like the usual concatenation is pretty uh just slow, right? It's not very performant. And I'm not sure about implicit casts. Probably there's gonna be promotion, automatic promotion to decimal, because maybe like you have those military advantages at decimal, which is from 0 to 1, I guess, or maybe I'm not entirely sure how this would work, but it would be a decimal. And then maybe if you just write this, I wouldn't want this to be an error, so I'd want it to be automatically casted to a decimal. So I don't know. Ideally, we wouldn't need it, but some things might need it. And then some things must be integers. Uh, yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I don't know enough about actual runtime of it and parsing to know exactly. The thing that I wonder about is like if let's say add factor is defined to take an int, this probably the syntax is probably like this anyways. But if the first arg is an int, then maybe we just implicitly convert to the integer because that's the intended value. I think that would make sense. Area factors technically could be decimals, I guess, but we have make. We can make 1.5 drolef. But maybe that actually should be an error, because why would you ever do this? I mean, if you have a variable that's different, because if you had a variable like my... Oh, actually, there's a compelling case to make this work, because if we have... So let's say we have make drolef 1, right? We have make this, and we make this times like... I don't know. Let's just say random. We have 10 times random. So it makes from 1 to 10, right? But it would be a decimal. So auto implicitly casting it to the type that function expects is probably what we want. But I don't know. I don't know. I watched a series and a guy was making basically like a JavaScript equivalent. And then there's a book about this parsing, which I only have read fragments of. So I'm not entirely sure about all the things. So I'll probably see how this goes when I program more and more things, and then eventually, if I'm still confused, I would probably look up what people usually do. And if I'm not confused, then I can probably just solve it, right? Okay. And now what I would want this to do is evaluate expression. And technically I could make everything be technically an expression where it returns a value. It's probably fine. It's just statements would return a value of type invalid, I guess. That's probably fine. Eval statement, stmt statement. I'm also not really sure about how I will do any async stuff. And like retained. Yeah, I just don't know. Because this is not obviously not something that runs this is something that runs in the game thread, basically. So this cannot be locking in any way. It has to be able to do its thing on the frame and then give the control back to the game. And then there's also intended to be things like the async loop, which basically creates its own instance of the program, which will execute every frame. So async loop, I think, will just execute every frame once. And if once, I will have to somehow keep track of, so I don't run. This is meant to be a thing that will only execute once if all the conditions happen, in relation to the async loop, I guess. So that way, you can have basically like a waiting retain condition that just floats there, and whenever it actually gets satisfied, something happens. It's basically the idea. Maybe eventually I just... Maybe I don't even do async loops, and all I do is if once. And if once basically means create this like async thing that will happen once eventually if it's evaluated, if this expression here is evaluated to true. and then it would get disabled for the script for the player. I think that could potentially work and potentially be easier to parse. But then if this idea is also pretty useful, I think. Because you can also do things that happen multiple times. Although maybe this would want to be like maybe this is if once and then this is every 15 seconds. Oh, something I didn't parse yet this time. So I will need to parse. But every 15 seconds, if random. Anyway, this language will not need you to have it like this. It will allow you to actually keep those parents. Yeah, so this could be fine. And then this could just be if once because we're returning anyways. So yeah, that's probably better. And then after. So here's what I would do here is remove the concept of async loop completely. Have this, have that, and then every this here. This would be if once because it does it only once anyways. As it could say stop current sequence if I need that. And this is here 20. Yeah, so this would actually be very much simplified, and I think that makes a lot of sense. Okay. But now let's evaluate a statement. So depending what it is. Yeah, so in the trigger language, the simpler one, I have something that is like time, yeah, and you can express it in ticks, seconds, minutes, hours. I think that's useful, so I would want to have that, but I guess that's just like a literal, uh, like the same way as you type like XFF, that's a literal for hex, and then 10s would be just 10 seconds. I think that's fine. And then basically this would translate to like 24 times 10, which is the tick rate by times 10, right? And then, so basically this would just be a literal, and it would translate to, I guess that would just translate to decimal, yeah. Or maybe no, I think it would have to translate to integer because we would want that to be in ticks because the game thinks in ticks anyways. It can't wait half a tick. We don't have subtick, so yeah, that's fine. The recursiveness is really magic here. I don't know. It allows you to do so many complicated things so easily. For now, result will just be of integer type. Runtime type. And I guess this is where static typing comes into place, because now to evaluate a statement, I have to check its type. And I guess something that I should also do is when I'm actually, like, before I'm evaluating a statement, I would want to check check for when So basically, when parsing, I would want to check for type errors, and then in evaluation, I would do all the implicit casting stuff. I guess that's how this would work. And then, okay. So now let's make sure that left type equals right type. As also make sure that they have a type. And now depending on the operator, which is statement, expression, binary, up, left. I guess what I do here is I switch on the type itself first to see. Okay, let's actually just for now simplify this. Check that the runtime type is an integer, and depending on the operator type, really what this needs to be, the operator here, it shouldn't be a token, it should be a token type. And yeah, this would be OP. This would be OP dot type. I guess this would just be this. Okay, and this would be also type. Yeah, this is not AI value, is a runtime value. Okay. It's eval statement. No, value type equals runtime value type integer, then we just print f it as percent equals percent u, and I will preemptively add by the way. And this would be a long. And it's actually not LLU, it's LLE or LLD. Some people use LLD like this. I don't even know what that stands for because it's not decimal, or maybe it is decimal. But that doesn't really make sense for an integer. Think I use LLU here. No, yeah. Okay, so the return value was not correct. Oh yeah, that's. I have not finished this. Right, so this is flex token type add. round type. I guess this would just be the left type. And then this would be return or result integer equals left integer plus right integer break. And now the same starts for multiply times subtract divide and modulo. So for now I just have those few. Ah, it works. We have 12, by the way. So it's just now to make this be really epic. What I will do is I will default integer. Exactly. Okay. Yeah, this is a screenshot. Oh no, never mind. Yeah, this has to be S. S for string. And of course I'm crashing not on my code, but on this. Because it has to be like that? Question mark. Ah, this is not expand. This is format. Why do I even have expand? I don't know. Why use this? I don't. Okay. So, yeah, okay. Pretty epic. We have expressions, so that just means we can add more expressions tomorrow. And I guess we also have a basic runtime for evaluating basic stuff and printing it on screen. And what else? Yeah, tomorrow we just add more expressions, so we finish up with all those. I guess I can add string support, since that's something you asked for. String. Free. Or I guess I should say Taman, because, or maybe the man, because that's your suggestion. And I will add that tomorrow. And what else? I guess I could try adding scope support, maybe? Function calls, maybe? I don't know. Some more things. But this is pretty good. I didn't really expect to be able to see 12, by the way, today. Successfully parsed. So yeah, that's it. 1 hour 27 minutes is the duration of the stream. That's pretty good. Honestly, I'm surprised they haven't stumbled way more. I expected to have way more errors and problems. But I did not, and that's epic. Yeah, that's it for today. I guess if you have any questions, Temen, or whoever else might be watching, that's can ask those now, and I'll be wrapping up. And yeah, tomorrow will be some more Smash. Yeah, nice. It's really cool to get to be able that I was able to actually have this parse. Yeah. So that will be it. If you have any more thoughts, you can DM them or something. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully.